Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Ghosts in McGee Season 1 Episode 7A. This is the first half, and it's called The Turnip Twist. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, never mind. It's called the Turnip Twist, and I'm doing episode 7 today, and I'm gonna do episode 8 tomorrow, and then I'll just be kind of one episode behind because episode 9 premiered today. But I like to have things like to be even at the end, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm still waiting for like episode 10, which will be next weekend. So But anyway, that's another discussion. But okay. So and I actually did it earlier today, the episode house. So we kind of, if you've seen that video, if you haven't, go watch it. But if you don't want to be spoiled, well, don't watch that video. But spoilers, I guess you should know that because this is a review. So first thing first. The first thing we come across is Molly, Pete, and Scratch. Pete is Molly's dad, and they're by the mailbox. They're waiting for the mail person. The mail person comes, and they get the mail, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm too excited to open it. Oh, I don't want to open it. Molly, you open it." And he's crossing his fingers, he's crossing his toes, wrapping himself up. Oh, because he wants to know if Brighton, made it the best state in the Midwest, and like or it was the best city in the Midwest. I think it was best city because Brighton is a city in Cleveland, so I think it might be best city. So it might be best city or best state because Brighton's not a state, so that might be an autocorrect. I don't know. I just don't have the context right in front of me, so I can't really say if it's wrong or not. Take a point off, but it's fine for now. And then no, it's what was it? Perfect Borg or whatever, and it's like a Viking. And they serve the most delicious meatballs. And then Pete's like, "No, Perfect Board Cat wins every year." And since Pete is a city planner in Brighton, he wanted to make sure he wins, but he didn't. So that's kind of devastating. And Pete's basically kind of sad because no one is coming to Brighton because it's basically a dump town. Kind of miserable. It's getting a little bit more cheery because Molly and the gang, Pete, Daryl, what was her name? The mom. Carrie? No, not Carrie. Not Carrie. Caitlin? No. I'm not gonna guess. Sorry. But what was next? Okay, and Molly's trying to cheer Pete up, and it's like, okay, Molly's like, "You know what we need to do? We need to do a festival. That'll bring people into town." And what? Who brings in, like, what do people bring to festivals? Oh, tourist money. And he's like, "Yeah, and it's gonna be so great, spectacular." And then Scratch turns into like a dinosaur. And he's like, "Oh, do I have to be a dinosaur of reality for you people? No one's gonna come to Brighton. What festival are you gonna bring?" Is that we had to try Scratch, and then then they go to the city council with the mayor, and he's like, "Oh, McGee, you've done it again. It'll be awesome. And I always wanted to rub in that perfect Borg's perfect face. Ugh, I hate them, and this will be great for us. And, it'll be great for Brighton. We're gonna do a turnip festival." And Ma's like, she actually laughs first and like, "Oh wait, you're not joking?" And he's like, "No, I'm not joking. In terms of great." And Molly's like, "No one likes turnips. They're disgusting." And say, "Hey McGee, I will not have any back talk about turnips. I know they don't look much. They don't taste much." He bites it, and he just pounding on the wall. And then he just swallows it. He's like, "Whew," and he's like, you don't make a mockery of it. You're doing a turnip festival. Okay." And Scratch appeared in the fish bowl. The fish basically has a heart attack and dies oh no. And the ghost swims away, and Scratch is gonna catch it. And then then Scratch catches the fish ghost, puts it back in the fish, and the fish is kind of disappointed because it wanted to die. Oh my. And, because I don't blame it or her, because I think the name is Goldie, and the mayor's like, oh, vice assistant, Mayor Goldie, and doing the squishy faces, and I'm like, giving that title to a fish. It's a fish. I didn't really like that. I didn't like it, and the fact that the fish wanted to say dead is kind of worse. But anyway, they go back to the home and say, okay, we need to figure out how to bring people in so that people bring the tourist money, so that not say Brian, but so they can win like the best, like I'm not sure if it's a weekly thing, but to win best of the Midwest again. We'll try again, basically. And Scott saying this is not gonna work. This is stupid. No one's gonna come to a turnip festival. And say, I hate turnips, and I hate garbage. Garbage better. And then the ghost council summons them. He's like, yes, the ghost council. I know this is terrible, but I'm really excited. And then then Scratch's pizza falls into Molly's face, and Scratch is like, save me that slice. And then the ghost council's like, Scratch, we need to talk to you. And Scratch is like, I'm kind of busy. No, sorry, there's a moth or something in my window. I'm sorry, but I'm saying, Scratch, look at your ratings. You're almost to the midway point. You're almost heading to like joyful, part in your city. Like your misery points are miserable, and then and then Scratch. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll do better. But hey, I'm actually cooking up something and doing a turnip festival. Ooh, turnip festival. That sounds very devastating. But hey, festivals are very joyous. If people are gonna come, and you own that, that's gonna be very high full of joy. And I forgot the name. There's this ghost that's kind of Swedish, and like, oh, this ghost never recovered in the flow of failed phantoms. And say, you wouldn't want to be with her and stuck in the flow of failed phantoms forever. And then and Scratch is like, oh, of course I'll do better. He's like, okay, get out of here. And then Scratch comes back and it's like, I gotta ruin this thing. Like, I have to make sure it's kaput. Because we actually got notice that we basically got notice of the ghost council saying, hey, the town is becoming more happy. We don't like that. And if you don't ship up, we're putting you in the flow of failed phantoms forever. No coming back. And I'm like, ooh. And Scratch is like, I gotta ruin this thing, but that's gonna break Molly and Pete's heart. So what's it gonna do? But I'm really excited. Okay. Okay. And then and then Scratch said, oh, this is not gonna work. Oh, no one cares about terms. So stupid. And they go to what was her name? Patty, the old lady. What was from the senior episode. And say, oh, Patty, do you want to join the Turnip Fest? And say, oh, Turnip Fest is something I can get my groove on. And they make a commercial. People are looking at the commercial, and Scratch is like, oh, jeez. And Pete got a tattoo of a turnip. Is there come join the Turnip Fest? And turn up. Okay. And, Scratch is like, oh, my goodness. And it's like, oh, no, a lot of people can show up. And a bunch of people show up. Oh, no. And it's bopping for turnips. And, and there's like this, woman, I forgot her name, but she basically writes for like the paper, and she's like a reporter lady. And it's like, I'll be the judge if you're gonna win best of the Midwest, like and he's like, being a gentleman. He's like, hey, welcome to our town, and this is our Turnip Fest, and we have lots of games, and you try our Turnip Tornado. And she's expecting it. Like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. No, yeah, not done with you, yeah. And, okay. And then Scratch is like, hey, Molly, I need to talk to you. And I was like, oh, is he gonna talk about the flow of failed phantoms with the ghost council and stuff? He doesn't, but I was kind of intrigued. But he does say, what would happen if this whole thing went sideways? Like it didn't work out. And, what do you mean? It's totally gonna work out. Yeah, it's totally gonna work out. But hypothetically speaking, if this went kaput, would you get over it? And Molly's like, I'll get over it. Yeah, I'll get over it. Oh, but Dad will be devastated. Oh my goodness, like he's and you see like he's having like a good time with the time passes by and she was bopping for turnips and Molly's mom, I forgot her name, but she carved her face in a turnip. It was actually pretty cool. Basically, she's an artist, and that was pretty cool. And she's having a good time, and she even mentioned, oh, I'm kind of tired of writing for Perfect Board because they win every year, and I don't mean to tell you this, but I probably shouldn't tell you this, but their meatballs are not as great as they say. I was like, oh, because that was kind of weird. I was like, there's no such thing as perfect. Oh my goodness. And then Pete's like, oh, so shameful. They don't put perfect meatballs because they say they have perfect meatballs, and they're having a good time. And and Scratch is like, oh yeah, thank goodness nothing bad's gonna happen. Mom's like, yeah. And Scratch is like, oh. And Jeff comes. He's like, oh, Scratch, oh, look at me. Oh, I went to the Turnip Tornado ride, and Scratch is like, I'm like, Jeff, you forgot your ghost. And Scratch is like, Jeff, you forgot your ghost. And he's all, thanks, I was counting you, buddy. And I didn't like, come on, Jeff, you should have realized that, but whatever. And Scratch is like, and Jeff is like, oh, thank you, Scratch, I can always count on you. Because you're kind of like best friends, but not really. Scratch is like, yeah, you can always count on me. Like how I can always count on you, Jeff. I need your help. He's like, oh, anything for you, buddy. And you basically have Jeff trying to ruin the games, but he's just failing. And Jeff is kind of having a good time. He's kind of half-hearting it. And then Scratch is basically saying, oh, what am I going to do, Jeff? If I don't ruin this festival, I'm going to be sent to the Floorfield Phantoms. And we actually know this is a big deal. Because Jeff freaks out. He's like, the Floorfield Phantoms, and no one comes back from that place. No ghosts ever. I'm not losing my best friend. And he crashes this giant turnip, we call it, we call it, where you swing a bat, but pinata, okay, and it crashes down, it runs over everyone, and the festival's ruined, and Pete's like, it probably wasn't a good idea to fill up the pinata with turnips. And I'm like, really? That was kind of, and he's like, hey, can I help you up? And she's like clicking her pen because she has a right to be frustrated, but he was trying to help. And and Scratch is like, yeah, I did it, but it's ruined. And obviously, best of the Midwest is perfect work again. And Pete's like, oh, man, I failed again. Well, it's probably no bouncing back from this. And Scratch goes out to the window, like, hey, festival's ruined, but I'm sure Pete and Molly will get over it. And I can honestly say this wasn't my fault. This was your chef. Having a screw up for a pal isn't the worst thing in the world. And he's like, oh, anything for you, buddy. And he's like, oh, now the Ghost Council can send me away to the Floorfield Phantoms because this place is as miserable as it gets. Like, it can not get any more miserable. And we actually go back to this lodging, and she's all, Perfect Borg won again. No one is staying resident here to stay kind of like our hotel. It's like a lodging, and she gets a call. It's like, oh, hey, I like to book a room. Well, I'm assuming that's what they said. She's like, you like to book a room? Like you saw the commercial? You think it sounds fun? Oh, okay, let me get my pen. She put it in the trash, and say, okay, well, and and then she dropped her phone, and she's I guess she was like shocked, and she's looking at the 20 rooms, 30 rooms, 45 rooms booked, and just keep it going. And we had to go back to the Ghost Council, and they seen that it did go down because Scratch and Jeff caused misery, but went back up again, and they're kind of giving like a look, and the head chairman, Mr. Grim Reaper, is ended with lightning, and then it ends. Oh, I know I'm kind of getting probably too excited, even though this is an episodic show, but that Ghost Council, what's gonna happen? Ugh. Because I'm kind of like, the turnip twist, I'm like, I did not expect the Ghost Council in this episode, but we got it, and I'm glad, and I'm excited. What's gonna happen? I don't know, but I love it. And they're kind of concerned. They're not really. We needed some. They don't say anything in the Ghost Council. They just give it like this type of look, and the Ghost Council doesn't say anything. He made a noise, and what was it? episode 1, like he went like that noise, but that's it. No talking. He doesn't talk here either, and there's lightning, and that was the end of the episode. I give this episode a, let me see. Jeff not realizing, he forgot that he's a ghost and he can basically unravel himself. Okay, that's one. The whole goldfish thing, along with the mayor. Filling up the turnip. Oh, there's also a song called The Turnip Twist. I thought it was pretty groovy. Yeah. Okay. I give this an 80%. B average. This was a great episode. A couple nitpicks about the mayor naming his goldfish, the assistant mayor, and the fish wanting to die. The whole Jeff not realizing, forgetting he's a ghost and he could unravel himself from the turnip tornado. I'm sure he could have done it himself. And the whole filling up the turnip with the whole you're filling the turnip pinning out with other turnips. It's like, it was messy. Why did you think that was a good idea? But yeah, 80%. This was a great episode. Oh, that ghost council at the end. Oh, we probably won't get more in the second half, probably, because that's kind of happened with episode 1, where we got an episode 1 at the end, but didn't really get an episode 2. So, but who knows? Everyone, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, give me a big thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to share the video, and I'll see you guys later today for The Ghost of Mallory McGee Season 1, Episode 7B, called All Systems No. Alright? Bye.